Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening, whenever you're watching this, from wherever you're watching it from. It's so great to be with you and share some exciting news. Last year in July was the start of a new adventure, building two churches, one in Lugazi and then helping to build and improve one in Kampala in Uganda. Amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then going back last September to see progress and see how quickly everything progressed. The Lord was speaking to me through that time and really kind of sharing that we need to look after children, particularly their education. So I sponsored the Santides kids to go through school, and also a young lady who was 11 called Mary. And you guys have been helping to support her through that process. Education is not free in Uganda. So it's quite difficult for a family that might have little or no income to get any money together to put their children through any education process. So when I went back to Uganda, I'd been praying, Lord, what's the best way? How many children can we help? Is there a way of speeding things up and reaching more kids? And unknowing to me, a sponsor from a school up near Mbali, and I've been to Mbali many times, they retired and that trust closed down. And there was a school there in a place called Bunambutie, just outside Mbali, that was on the risk of closure. So Pastor Akumu, who runs Pearl Haven Christian Centre up in Mbali, didn't know I was praying, and then he was having this situation go on at the same time, and then we connected. I was just out there a few weeks ago, so when I found out about it, I said, let's go see it. And it's a wonderful partnership. It's a community ministry partnership. So the community had donated 14 acres of land. And then the UK trust that's now closed down, they built the classroom blocks, and everything was working fine. But obviously now with that withdrawal of UK support, the school is at risk, and there's 470 children who might not now be educated. So you can imagine, with all that I've been praying, Lord, how do we help more kids? That was pricked my ears up and was a bit like music to my ears, because then I was thinking, Lord, can the Imani, formerly Facelift members, can we get together and help this school? So I'm going out in faith. Imani means faith. And I'm putting in front of you, over the next few years, this isn't going to be a short-term project. Can we think about rescuing the education of these 470 children? I met some of them. I walked around the school. I met some of the teachers. I met the headmaster and the deputy headmaster. It's all so basic. I can't even tell you. Everything is written in books from the administrative point of view. No computerized records. They just had a devastating loss of a water storage vessel that was made out of clay that smashed. They've got problems with the borehole that doesn't go down too deep, so sometimes they don't get enough water through there. They're trying to plant their own crops to feed the kids while they're in school. There's so many things going on, but my point is, let's try and do something for them. Would you be prepared to engage together with me? We're going to do some stuff as a family as well and help these kids. So the school is called King's School, and I'll show you the logos. You'll see up on the screen in a few minutes where it is, how big the plot is. It's a real benefit to the whole community, but it's quite a rural area. So the biggest blessing in recent times has been the fact that a proper road runs now all the way from Mbali outside the school. So it's quite easy to get to, although it's a long way away. And, regular visits can be done. So I'm working with Pastor Kumu, who's kind of adopted it from Pearl Haven, but it could really do with a bit of a facelift and an upgrade. And then there's land behind the current primary school to build a secondary school. What really upset me, if I'm honest, was that the secondary schools in the area, because it's so rural, are 10 kilometers away. Can you imagine? So if somebody does well in primary school and then they're still living in that area and they don't have chance to move, to be honest, they have to then walk 10 kilometers there to school and 10 kilometers back every day. And school runs 6 days a week. So can we stir each other up to see, even if we put a lot of little gifts together or people become monthly supporters, this is a worthy enterprise. The school's completely Christian, teaches a Christian ethos, Christian values, has daily prayer meetings. So let's see what we can do together. Thank you so much for listening to a bald Welsh guy at 8 o'clock, I think it is, in the morning, recording this. Thank you for your prayers and support for the trips we've been on. And I hope we can do something for these 470 children. God bless. I'm going to leave some information both on screen and in the description, and you'll get this via email. So see what God does. Pray about it at least, and see if God prompts you to do anything for these kids. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless.